What's going on, everybody? Ryan Williams here, bringing you another DFS Studs edition of the FanDuel. Hurry up, you can follow me on Twitter at RyanAlexander_W, and I'm here as always on the FanDuel channel to give you guys the top 3 DFS studs that you should be targeting for your main slate lineups. Now, before we get into the plays, just want to shout out everybody who's been walking along with the FanDuel team all season. We're winding down, only a couple weeks left, but we appreciate all the love that we're getting and continue with the love there on the YouTube channel. Hit the like button on our videos, hit the notification bell to get all of the live content, find out when that's coming up, JJ Start Sit show, and all the live content that we have going on as well on Sundays. And we got the countdown to kickoff show that it will be continuing through the rest of the season. To come join us, get your questions in for bets on the FanDuel Sportsbook. We appreciate all you guys, and we got to keep it going here into week 15. So let's get into the plays. We're going to start it off like we always do at the quarterback position, and that's going to be with Kyler Murray. He comes in at 8,800, and I know it's a tough spot, right, to pay for the highest price quarterback just a week after he kind of disappointed, a short week, mind you, on Monday Night Football against the division opponent LA Rams. But we're looking at a situation here where he has a get right spot. We know, you guys know, I love talking about these get right spots here. He's going into Detroit. It's a road game for him in the Dome, favored by 14 points there, and really the only team on the main slate at this current juncture that's applied for more than 30 points on the main slate. And you're looking at the road splits for Kyler. I know a lot's been made of this over the year. 0 losses on the road there. They're the best team against the spread on the road as that stands, and also 16 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. It's kind of crazy what you think about with him been dealing on the road. Now we're going to, at this point when I'm recording this, we're dealing with DeAndre Hopkins, who's a little bit banged up, James Conner, who's a little bit banged up. Their statuses are both unknown. I believe James Conner at this point is day-to-day. That only helps Kyler's rushing upside. We saw Jalen Hurts rush for 71 yards against this team. Unfortunately, all the running backs got the touchdowns there in that game. Lamar also 7 rushes for 58 yards. So rushing quarterbacks, have had some success against this Detroit Lions team. Even with DeAndre Hopkins set to miss, you love what AJ Green is doing there as a wideout there for the team. Zach Ertz, I could see him getting going in this game. And then also Christian Kirk and Rondale Moore. They still have explosive enough weapons to take over this team. Even though Kyler disappointed on Monday Night Football, you're looking at him throwing for, close to 400 yards and rushing for another 60 to go along with it. So this guy's floor is just absolutely incredible. And if they're able to put up points, we can expect them to come through Kyler. No running backs this week on the DFS Studs edition. We're going to move it over to the wide receiver position, and let's talk about Davante Adams. Davante Adams comes in at 8,500 on this slate, and Cooper Kupp coming in at 9,000. He's absolutely having an incredible year. Stud at the position, probably going to shatter the PPR record for fantasy points in a season. But you're looking at a situation here where Davante Adams, even getting that discount on him, I think, does carry some merit. Maybe the ownership comes in low on him because people are worried about the Aaron Rodgers injury. But this is a team in Baltimore that's dealing with a ton of injuries on the secondary, and a team where you can get a lot of passing and receiving stats against them. Baltimore is allowing the second most passing yards on the season and allowing 7.1 yards per passing play. So when we're looking at that situation and just how better they are against defending the run, I could see Davante Adams really getting going here, absolutely catching stride here. 3 straight games with 100 plus receiving yards. He's got 2 multi-score games in 2 out of the last 3 there. 26 straight games with double-digit PPR points, actually leading the league for non-quarterbacks. Over that time. So we know what Davante Adams does. He goes out there, balls out, and if the ownership is going to come in on Cooper Kupp this week, I think the leverage is going to be on Davante Adams, and we can definitely make some lineups that we feel good about with him in them. Let's close it out here. We're going to close it out at the tight end position, and we got to talk about the guy George Kittle, who comes in at 7,800. Now, I'm not sure how people will view this because, we got Mark Andrews, who's kind of priced similar around him, and then you got, the next closest one is Dawson Knox, who is a significant discount, but still, 1,300 more gets you to George Kittle. I see Mike Gesicki in that range as well, too, and we're just looking at George Kittle just absolutely dominating the tight end position. The past 2 weeks have been incredible, but really since week 9, you're looking at his numbers: 36 catches, 530 yards, 6 touchdowns. All right. And then in the past 2 games, 22 catches, 3 touchdowns, and 150 plus receiving yards in both of those. He's just been an absolute stud for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's literally the catalyst of this offense. Deebo Samuel's been dealing with injury, really hasn't seen the targets at all there. What's keeping Deebo's fantasy upside is the rushing equity that he's getting. We could possibly still see that happen and come to fruition, but you're looking at a $400 discount between Deebo and George Kittle. I'd much rather get George Kittle into my lineups this week, really only competing with Brandon Ayuk there for targets, and this should be a fun game against Atlanta, where they were able to kind of take advantage of the situation there and really controlling their destiny here to try and see if they can somehow make it into the playoff picture. Also, you're looking at the red zone equity. I know it's been kind of tough for San Francisco, but they do have 28.7. It hasn't been rough for San Francisco. They actually lead the league when it comes to red zone scoring at 28.7%. But then you're looking at Jimmy G's role or woes when he's in the red zone or inside the 10, mind you, he's only completing passes at a 29% clip. So, but that really hasn't affected George Kittle at all, just because of what he's doing inside the 20s. If he does, if those connections somehow go a different way, we could be looking at George Kittle just absolutely continuing to smash on the slate. No Darren Waller, no Travis Kelce at the position. So, in the way that the slate is shaping up, let's not bury the lead here with all the COVID issues that are going on. I really do think that running back, there will be some value to be had across the board. So, this is a perfect week to do a stars and scrubs type of approach with your build on the Sunday main slate for week 15. That's going to do it for this week's FanDuel. Hurry up here, the DFS Studs edition of the FanDuel Hurry Up, guys. Thanks so much for rocking along with us, like I said, all year. Good luck to your week 15 lineups. Let's continue to get this money, and I'll catch you next time for week 16. Until then, peace.